Hey, Reagan Ram here with OrpheusAudioAcademy.com, helping you make better music and grow your fan base online. And in this video, I'm going to show you this really awesome plugin by UJam called Beatmaker NEMESIS. And this is a fantastic tool if you're wanting to create sci-fi type music or soundtracks, or just if you like creating cyberpunk or futuristic synthwave type music. This is another awesome plugin for you. And this will help you create really futuristic, hard-hitting drums. So let's dive in and see what this is all about. All right, so I have it loaded up here on this little track. I'm working on creating a soundtrack actually for a cyberpunk novel that I'm writing with my wife. And so this song here is just called First Blood. And so we're gonna listen to this and hear just an overview of, so you can get a picture of what the drums sound like here made with Beatmaker NEMESIS. All right, so you can get a picture of what it's doing. So it is, creating the drums for this, and they sound really, really nice here. So now let's kind of take a step back and look at what exactly is going on here. So here is the website. You can find this by going to OrpheusAudioAcademy.com/Nemesis. And so you can also download this for free and get a 30-day free trial if you want to try it out for yourself. And so as you can see, it's designed to help you create cyberpunk beats. It comes with 60 plugin presets, 10 drum kits, 30 different styles, and 12 mix presets. So in other words, you get a lot of different drums here. Not only do you get the really awesome, futuristic samples, right? So you can play the kick, snare, your toms, hats, right? Percussion, so on. Not only do you get all that, but you actually get loops as well. So you don't have to come up with cool patterns yourself. You can just drag in the MIDI of the loops and then change those around, which really gives you a lot of flexibility, but also helps you create something cool very quick. And so now looking at the interface here, I'll just quickly break down what this does, and then I'll cycle through some of the cool presets that you get with this. So starting here on the left, you got this just a simple slider. So if you're playing like a loop, you can automate this if you want to, so you can slide between whether you want just the kick and this will remove the snare, or whether you want just the snare and no kicks. This is kind of nice for transitions or building up to something. Then you have your actual kit. So as you can see, you have all these different drum kits here. 10 different drum kits. Each of these will have their own samples within. And then we have this hypercharge versus pressurize slider here. So hypercharge, so if we slide this more up to hypercharge, it uses multi-band distortion for a more aggressive electrified sound. And it can be driven over the top, especially in combination with these different mix presets over here. But if we were to slide this down to pressurize uses multi-band compression to condense the signal and cut through the mix. So do you want to more cut through the mix, be more compressed and dense, or do you want it to be more distorted is kind of what you're choosing between here. And so we'll just listen to what this sounds like on these drums here that I have. I'll just solo this. So that's cool. So pressurized, I guess you would want to use that maybe if you're going for a more pop sound, or just more of a modern kind of sound. But if you're wanting a more distorted sci-fi dark sound, you would move it up to hypercharge. So it's kind of nice. You can create a blend here between the two. All right, moving on, we have the mix here. So there's 12 different mix presets. So under the hood, basically, there's different processing going on that's going to change how your drums sound. And so you can cycle through these and hear how these sound, which I'll do in a second. And then you just got this blend knob here to blend in how much of this this mix template is affecting what you're doing, affecting your drums. So you don't have to have any if you want it to be just dry and you want to do all the processing yourself, or obviously you can go super wet and have a very distorted sound. And then there's also just beat intensity. So this is just controlling just how intense the drums are hitting. And so we'll see what that sounds like now as well. Again, just using this loop here. All right, that's it for the top section. Now moving down here, we have the instrument section. So here, depending on what drum kit you're using here, you're gonna have different actual samples, and you can just play these normally with your keyboard or program these in. So right, you got your bass drum, your snares, your hats, and percussion. And you also have these little vocal chops as well.
Hard, ill shit.
And so then these change up then for every kit. So I'll just cycle through these kits real quick here. So you can see you get lots of options here. So that's pretty cool. And then over here on the right, you have your actual loops. So if you don't want to have to program something yourself, you can just drag in a loop. So we can just sample these by holding these down. And so these are kind of organized by intros, fills, verses, choruses, endings, breakdowns, specials, and stops. So you can even add a drum fill in very quickly. And then if you actually liked one of these loops, you can just drag one of them in by holding down the top here, the top of the key. You can just drag this in, and boom, now we have the MIDI. And so then, of course, we can open this up, and then we can change the notes around in any way that we want. And then finally, we have the ability to mix and control things as well. So for example, any sample that you click on here, you get these 4 controls here. We can control volume, decay, pitch, and filter. So if maybe we thought the hi-hats were a little too loud, we could just pull down the volume here. We can also change the decay. So you can hear that kind of rings out. So we can bring that down. And pitch, same thing. Increase or decrease. Here's it with the kick. And there's also filter here, so we can filter just the high part of the kick or just the low. Then we have the master section here, so this would be controlling the entire performance, the entire kit, so we can add more saturation. I'll just loop this again, have this play. So this is handy for just some quick, simple mixing that you can do here. There's also different presets as well if you want to change the reverb type here. All right, so now let's just cycle through some presets so we can really hear what this plugin is capable of. I'm just going to loop this. All right, as you can see, lots of wild and crazy sci-fi sounds there. So if this sounds like something that would fit with the type of your music that you want to make, then definitely check this out. Just go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/nemesis, and you can get a free 30-day trial of this plugin to try out for yourself. I'm curious to know what you think of this plugin, so let me know in the comments below if you think this is cool or not. By the way, if you want to check out the other amazing UJam plugins I've reviewed on this channel, I'll have a playlist on the screen right now that you can click on so you can view those as well. All right, be sure to have an awesome day, keep creating, and I'll see you in a future video.